I don't think I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who the other candidates were.
Caitlin Clark has made history as the first WNBA player to be named Time Athlete of the Year.
Time magazine has named basketball sensation Caitlin Clark as its 2024 Athlete of the Year.
But, as always, not everyone is thrilled. In a twist that's both surprising and somehow predictable, Cheryl Swoops, a four-time WNBA champion and now one of Clark's most harsh critics, had plenty to say about this win.
But the fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win.
Oh my God, Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops gave her opinion on the whole Caitlin Clark Time magazine situation.
In this video, we're uncovering the drama, the backlash, and the jaw-dropping way Clark has chosen to respond. She had the perfect chance to fire back, but what she did instead left everyone stunned.
Past year has just been amazing, and it's fun to reflect back and think about all the amazing things that I was able to accomplish and the people that I got to do it with. I think that's what's made it so special is I've had my family with me the whole time, my friends, amazing teammates, amazing coaches, and it wouldn't be possible without all of them, so just really fortunate.
This is a masterclass in grace and leadership, and here's how it all went down. Cheryl Swoops, a former WNBA star, is kicking up some serious drama on the Gills Arena podcast. Her comments have set off quite the buzz, and in this video, we're breaking it all down. Rather than celebrating Clark's milestone, Swoops went on a tangent, picking apart the legitimacy of her win. She bluntly questioned, "What's the criteria for this anyway?"
My question is, like the criteria, is it based off of her performance on the court? Which, yeah, she had a great year.
Her tone was dripping with doubt, making it clear she wasn't convinced. But she didn't leave it there. She started throwing out names of other athletes she felt were more deserving, turning what could have been a moment of praise into a messy spectacle. It was like watching someone intentionally derail the mood, leaving fans and analysts scratching their heads, wondering, what's her real issue here?
From the season Olympics.
Put Asia Wilson in there.
A closer look at Swoop's remarks shows a clear pattern. This isn't the first time she's taken aim at Clark. When Clark smashed the NCAA scoring record, Swoops was quick to downplay it, questioning whether it was all that impressive given how much the game has changed over the years.
Hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
But to me, that's not dominant.
It seems like whenever Clark makes headlines, Swoops is right there, ready to cast a shadow over her achievements.
Oh,
That's not my point. There's a lot of other shit going on.
Was it just a slip of the tongue or something deeper? Her comments seem to hint at an underlying tension. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark anymore. It feels like a clash between the old guard and the new wave, a battle between tradition and the future of women's basketball. Swoops, once the face of the sport, now watches from the sidelines as Clark takes center stage and captivates an entirely new generation of fans.
Cheryl Swoops has been throwing shade at Caitlin Clark pretty much all along, and
while Swoops is busy questioning Clark, Clark's star just keeps rising. Her record-breaking feats and growing fan base speak for themselves. It's a striking contrast, one player dwelling on the past and the other charging boldly into the future of the sport.
I feel like so much has happened over the course of last year, from when I started my last college season and not knowing if that would actually be my last season, whether I was deciding to come back to college or turn pro, and now sitting here like I'm done with my first professional season. And
when faced with unexpected criticism, Caitlin Clark didn't lash out or fuel the drama. Instead, she took a completely different route, one that shows her true character. Rather than engaging in a war of words, she stayed composed, letting her actions speak louder than anything else.
Caitlin Clark is the only player in the history of the WNBA to achieve those numbers or better.
While Cheryl Swoops stirred up controversy with her doubts, Clark continued to shine. Her response to the Time Award backlash was nothing short of extraordinary. She didn't waste time addressing the negativity head-on with petty arguments. Instead, she elevated the conversation, showing a level of grace that few could match.
Yeah, Caitlin is like one of the most humble people I know, because like when I tell you she's changed the game, we have the Atlanta Dream as the hometown team in Georgia. They usually play in an arena about 6,000 people. When Caitlin Clark came to town, they moved them to where the Atlanta Hawks play, which is like 20,000 people. It sold out because she was playing there.
In her interview with Time, Clark didn't brush the criticism under the rug. She addressed it confidently, turning a potentially negative situation into an inspiring moment. What made it even more powerful? She didn't just focus on herself. Clark acknowledged the legends who came before her.
Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of.
Proving she's not just a star player, but also a true leader off the court. Clark's response wasn't just a move to quiet her critics. It was a masterclass in handling criticism with poise. But here's where Clark truly stands out. She doesn't let negativity like this define her. Instead of clapping back or getting defensive, Clark keeps her focus on the bigger picture, her game, her growth, and the future of women's basketball. She understands that her role isn't just about personal wins. It's about paving the way for the next generation of players. This latest controversy could have easily divided the basketball community, but Clark's response has had the opposite effect. By staying composed and focused, she's brought people together. She's proving that you can be a fierce competitor on the court and still show grace and leadership off it. What's even more impressive is that Clark doesn't shy away from acknowledging the legends who came before her, including Cheryl Swoops herself. She's made it clear that her success wouldn't be possible without those who built the foundations of women's basketball. That kind of humility, it's rare and refreshing, especially in the face of criticism. The impact of all this goes way beyond Clark or Swoops. Clark's win has sparked a much-needed conversation about the future of women's basketball. It's not just about one award or one player. It's about a new wave of talent, challenging the old guard and reshaping the sport. This moment is shining a spotlight on the growing popularity of women's basketball and the challenges that come with it. For the WNBA, this is a pivotal moment. How do they balance honoring the legends of the past while embracing the new stars of today? How do they capitalize on this newfound attention without losing the essence of the league? These are the questions that will shape the future of the sport. And let's not forget the pressure Clark is under. She's not just carrying the hopes of her team, she's carrying the weight of an entire league on her shoulders. That's a lot for anyone, but Clark seems to thrive under it. Her success is inspiring young girls everywhere to pick up a basketball and dream big. And it's not just kids. Adults who never paid attention to women's basketball before are now tuning in because of her. So, what's next for Caitlin Clark? That's the million-dollar question. Will she use this momentum to take her career to even greater heights? Can the WNBA keep building on this wave of excitement? One thing's for sure, Clark has already changed the game. She's not just playing basketball, she's elevating it to a whole new level. This isn't just a big moment for Caitlin, it's a big moment for the entire sport. Women's basketball is finally getting the recognition it deserves, and Clark is leading the charge. Her rise marks the beginning of a new era, one where women's sports are front and center, commanding the spotlight. And honestly, that's something worth celebrating.